Bangladesh is one of the world's poorest countries with some of the lowest wages. Dangerous working conditions in the garment industry have been widely reported, but another industry is causing more concern. The leather tanning industry remains a vital part of the Bangladeshi economy. It's worth about $1 billion each year. The industry employs more than 16,000 workers. The leather is exported to top fashion houses in dozens of countries, including the US, the UK, Italy, France, Russia and Japan. Rob Reynolds reports from the Bangladeshi capital, Dhaka.
Of all the difficult, dirty and dangerous jobs Bangladeshis do to survive, these men just might have the worst. They're tannery workers who labor day in and day out, engulfed by the nauseating stench of toxic chemicals and rotting animal flesh. Mohammed Rashid says he's 14 but looks older.
There are always cuts on my hands and legs. These injuries are never ending.
He earns about $2 a day. The water they're wading in, without protective clothing, is laced with arsenic and chromium sulfate. These chemicals make the leather soft and supple, but they also cause festering sores, respiratory diseases, and fatal cancers.
Lung cancer, nasopharyngeal cancer, that means cancer of the nose, nasal mucosa, and also the urinary bladder cancer.
There are more than 200 tanneries in this part of Dhaka called Hazaribagh, employing about 30,000 people. Leather sales were worth nearly $1 billion last year.
This is a product that is used worldwide for luxury goods. But for these workers who are making them, neither the owners nor the government are looking after our health and safety.
A survey done by a Bangladeshi environmental group found that 90% of tannery workers die before the age of 50. For years, the Bangladeshi government has made promises, saying they'll move the tanneries out of this densely populated slum into a modern facility. But so far, all of those promises have gone unfulfilled. Government officials did not respond to Al Jazeera's repeated requests for an interview. Despite the filth, the danger, and the stink, Mohammed Rashid is resigned to life in the tanneries.
I have no education, nothing, so I have to do it. There's no other way.
Cheap Bangladeshi labor lowers the cost of leather goods sold in wealthy countries. But there's a price paid in human misery in a far-off place called Hazaribagh.
Of the Prime Minister. But Yingluck Shinawatra says she's not going anywhere. Monday, security issues are likely to top the agenda amid increasing defense zone over the East China Sea. And Filipinos visited survivors of Typhoon Haiyan. Bangladesh is one of the world's poorest countries with some of the lowest wages. The leather tanning industry remains a vital part of the Bangladeshi economy. More than 16,000 workers. The leather is exported to Russia and Japan. Rob Reynolds reports from the Bangladeshi capital.
Dangerous jobs Bangladeshis do to survive, these day in and day out, engulfed by the nauseating stench of toxic chemicals, but looks older.
There are
about $2 a day. The water they're wading in, these chemicals make the leather soft and supple.
Nasopharyngeal cancer, that means cancer of the nose, nasal
part of Dhaka called Hazaribagh, employing about...
This is a product that is used worldwide for luxury goods.
A survey done by a Bangladeshi environmental group found that 90% of this densely populated slum into a modern facility. Interview. Despite the filth, the danger, and the stink,
there's no other way.
Cheap Bangladeshi labor lowers the price paid in human misery in a far-off place called